Hey, fellow ship captains, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector, Ashes of the Domain, Episode 31, Greedy for Research. As you can see, slightly above my head, the first order of business is for you guys to vote on what my priority should be. So here are some of the choices. We can clear pre-collapse facilities so that I gain more research databanks. Right now, we're kind of stalled out trying to get an orbital skunk works, so we have been upgrading our smelting on both Nabla and Raveno, and even as we speak, it is the polycrystal laser is like the fully upgraded version, or at least the fully upgraded version that we have access to right now on Raveno, but Nabla is still... No, I take that back. Nabla has fully upgraded. So we're sort of waiting on the research required to get orbital skunk works and some of the other stuff down on this tree. We could explore a survey, because we really still don't have a lot of stuff explored directly around Tarshish, right? There's all the Kitten, Nebula, most of Morgrath, you know, there's a lot of stuff that is unexplored here. We could improve faction relations. So looking at our faction relations, we're pretty cozy with the Hedge. Luddic Church, we're pretty neutral. Luddic Path hates us, but they're always going to hate us. Persean League is not great. And this is a result of preventing the Persean League from essentially indoctrinating us into their league. Destroying their mercenaries, or their blockades, rather. So the attitude there is not great. And Sindrian is going to probably drop. Tritac was really good, but now it's only favorable due to the sort of war between us, and then the pirates hate me as well. So faction relations is kind of rough. I can also earn credits to invest in colonies. I have a lot of credits now, but you know, the other half of that is or fleet. I could ramp up the fleet. Viewer suggestions are my choice. And it looks to me like you guys want me to tinker with the pre-collapse facilities. So I'm going to resolve that poll and clear pre-collapse facilities. All right. So here we're at Nabla, perfect place to start clearing pre-collapse facilities. And before I start on this, let's see if there's anything I can actually upgrade. So Dolio finally got its terminus, which is the upgraded way station. There is some shortages here of heavy machinery and heavy armaments as a result of... Yeah, there's a bunch of shortages. I hope they're resolved. Actually, the stability is lower than it... Stability's fine, but I'd like for it to be higher, but, you know, so be it. Doesn't look like anything is upgradable there. Star Fortress. There is the ground defenses to heavy batteries. But I don't think... I don't expect to be invaded to the point where we actually need higher level ground defenses. And if I did, the planetary shield, honestly, that we got from the Red Planet would be the most superior method anyway. So much better than ground defenses, as it's a massive boon. Alright, there's nothing to upgrade at Nabla either. Not unless we got mining research. Tarmarin also has a terminus. Tarmarin could get a farming upgrade, but if we did the artisanal farming, it wouldn't be able to use the soil nanites, and if we did the subsidized farming, it would use a lot of heavy machinery. Yielding not a proportional amount of food. So that's why I've chosen not to upgrade the farming, because like upgrading it is more expensive and maybe doesn't yield more food. But everything else here is fine. Tarmarin is almost 60% grown, and it's not max level yet. Raveno is currently upgrading its way station to a terminus, and is not grown either. Now, there is the case where, like, one or the other, I might want to consider upgrading the Patrol HQ to a military base to a high command, so that the fleet's deployed, and likely that would be at Raveno, even though Raveno is in a hot world. So that the fleets here are a little bit stronger, because if I do get a crisis or messed with by other factions, having larger fleets at Tarmarin or Raveno might be useful. And then Red Fox is in the process of upgrading, but there's really nothing I could do at the moment. Oh, you know what? That's not entirely true. I could... Wait, why do I have... Oh, extractive operation is queued. I could also add a way station here, so I'll do that. Alright, so let's get clearing the pre-collapse. So I'm going to just take a hell of a big fleet. I want to probably push my fleet count close to 30 so that the deployment points scale well. So we're at 27. The only issue with taking the... Well, you know, maybe I will take them. We have so much money right now that, like, I don't really need to worry about the money cost of pre-collapse facilities. So taking an enormous fleet might actually reduce losses in the long run. Because, of course, destroyed ships cost a lot of supplies to recover. The Corbin Dallas here... I don't have a lot of good large slot missiles, it seems. And I'm not entirely sure I can make them. Let me check. So weapons, large missiles. So squalls are actually really nice, but they're suppression. They're not finishers. And I, for one, really like finisher large missiles. But that's hurricanes. Actually, hurricanes are pretty strong, too. Yeah, so maybe I make some of those. But they're not going to be completed for a minute. So perhaps what I'll do is pare down my fleet and wait for some of the weapons to get manufactured before actually deploying. I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I should do in the meantime is take the cannonade out and start to fit it so that it is battle ready as well. Because it is not as battle ready as the other one. It hasn't been outfitted at all. So the Corbin Dallas, I am going to autofit. I'm going to call this the BFA battleship. Save it. And then paste it. And see how close we got. So the Hurricane Mervs are here. Oh, so it has squalls in the back. So yeah, I'll probably want squalls in the back. And then it looks like I'm missing some burst PD lasers. Even on the, no, there's tact lasers here. Oh, because it's dual flak. So I might want a dual flak. So there's definitely some changes to be made here. For sure. So let's see about manufacturing. So here in the research and production, I'll make 2 more squalls, 4 mervs. I don't think I need 4 mervs, but like it doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal. I don't believe I have the blueprints for dual flak because I would have seen it already in medium ballistic. So I'll make some regular flaks, some burst PD lasers, and that should be enough to get both of the Pegasi ready to go. Alright, so we're just going to fly around until some of those weapons are manufactured, and then we'll start clearing the pre-collapse facilities. And there's the monthly expenses of all the stuff we withdrew and sold and traded and all that. It's kind of weird not having a fleet of Disco Balls of Doom. Well, if you guys voted for me to invest money into the fleet, I would have made more Paragons. We don't have need of them, though. But it can be fun. I flew around a few days. We're still waiting on some more weapons. In fact, let me see. Manage colony. Oh, let's go to Dolio and see if I can't buy open market weapons to be able to put on Nabla. Yeah, those were some pretty big support fleets. Absolutely. And the detachments are not shabby either. So buying some heavy armaments to Dolio to drop them into Nabla to withdraw for our, you know, if there's deficits. Not a big deal. Oh, no, there's no resource stockpiles. Never mind. I'll just put them away. Okay. Production. Most of the weapons got made, so let's see if we can actually refit these Pegasi properly. See if they're actually ready to go. So we'll start with the Corbin Dallas. And I wanted 2 Hurricane Mervs, 2 Squalls, and then in the back, Burst PD lasers. Oh god, I have so many Burst PD lasers. And then maybe a regular flak, because I don't have spare dual flak. I probably don't need more PD in the back anyway, because like Burst PD lasers and flak are somewhat redundant. Bunch of tack lasers, grav beams. I wish I had more ion beams. But because I don't, I think this is fine. The other solution, no, I don't have more hypervelocity drivers. Because the other thing I could do is in these utility slots, I could put heavy... Maybe I should do that. Heavy burst lasers in these utility slots. And then if I'm able to make hypervelocity drivers, put more hypervelocity drivers in the place of flat cannons. I kind of like that design a little better. So let's see about manufacturing some of that stuff. So weapons. Do I have hypervelocity? No. Alright, let's sort by size. Maybe I missed it. Pulse, mining, flank, thumper. No. Okay, never mind. Back to the drawing board, because I don't have access to it. I could obviously shop for it, but like, I don't really want to do that. So I only have 1 spare hypervelocity driver. Yeah, that won't do. So, regular flak, and then these spots will do... Do I have the ability to make ion beams? Ion pulsers, grav beams, pulse lasers. No ion beams. Okay. So these are not going to be set up the way I'd like to, because obviously there's like a limit to how useful grav beams are. Beyond 3, you don't really get much of a bonus, but whatever. This is what the BFA Pegasus is going to look like. Done. And then auto fit. And that is identical. Oh no, well, it's missing 1 Merv. Okay. So we'll wait until that Merv is manufactured, which should just be like a day or 2. Yep, okay, it already made the new Merv. So sorry about the wait, but we will have a full super fleet ready to go. Okay, both of these are done. Yeah, ECCM, definitely. Okay. Maybe stabilized shields instead of hardened shields. Also, we absolutely don't need expanded magazines. So we'll get rid of that. What's the do in the end game of the vanilla game? That's really up to you. It's a sandbox game, so it's not all that possible for me to answer that. Okay, I changed the current variant a little bit because expanded magazines doesn't make sense at all. We don't have any magazine weapons. And there we go. Looks good enough. I mean, it certainly could be improved, but it's fine. Okay, we're 31 fleet, or 31 ships. That's over limit. So if you take more ships than you have limit for, you end up with a much hiked maintenance supply for every ship above the maximum. So it's really not wise to take more than 30, which is sort of the soft cap for fleet size. All right, auto-assigning officers. Putting away the spare weapons. And then we're going to need to grab a significant amount of crew. I want to be way over our crew maximum. So this is probably the largest fleet that we've ever gone with. I don't recall a time where I've had more than this. Our monthly withdrawal is going to be rough, but that's fine. Do I need 2 tankers? Yeah, likely. Just because the fuel cost of this fleet is going to be so high. You know, the more ships you have, the more fuel you burn, the more fuel you burn, the more fuel you need, the more fuel you need, the more tankers you need. To put it plainly. The Kadath ship probably needs to stay behind. I forgot that Sunder is naked, so we'll take the Jerksey. Okay, so we're good to go. And where are we going exactly? That is a good question. So, taking a look at the intel here. Intel. Pre-collapse facilities. So the Beta KDs nearby is not plundered, so we'll hit there first. It's not very far. So yeah, we're using 180 fuel a day, which is kind of a lot, or 160. It depends on our move speed, but quite a lot of fuel a day, which is why I need all the tankers. Is it worth taking a look at optimizing the monitors in Omen? No, I'm not planning on doing that. Full stop, ever. It's kind of written in the details. I'm not making any attempt to have a meta fleet. I don't really care about meta. If it works, it works. I'm not trying to like min-max it. Way too boring and doesn't interest me. So taking a look, there is a Radiant, 3 Apexes, 2 Fulgents. Okie dokie. Taking a look at my fleet. Only one of the Omens got damaged. Cool. So, as far as deployment points go, they were kind of stingy. So maybe what I'll do is deploy a smaller fleet, try to capture the points of interest. So it's a bit of a gamble, but I'm okay with that. So I'm going to have the monitors hang out with me, and my fast-moving Auroras go capture the 2 points. And then with the extra deployment points, bring in some backup. Oops. Wait, what did I just click? That was weird. Alright, so 2 Paragons, 3 Auroras, and a bunch of monitors. Okay. Looks good. Everybody hang out here. I'm going to have the monitors be wings for the other ships. Basically, I'm going to be wingless. I like how the monitor just absolutely got rammed. Like the plasma jet Aurora was like, yo, out my way! Smash. That's pretty funny. So they're gonna recapture some of the we're essentially giving up the points. Knowing that they have a finite fleet compared to our numbers. And we're going to play defensively. I am surprised they're not here yet, though. They must be regrouping for one big blitz. Here we go. Here's some Fulgents. Yeah, they're standing off right now, which is interesting. So my goal in this fight is just to make sure that Radiant doesn't get free reign of ganking. Because the Radiants really love to gank. because they phase around nimbly. It'd be great if the other Paragon didn't, like, park itself up my butt, though. I'm gonna instruct the other Paragon to face off with the Radiant while I start clearing out the trash here. But I have an Apex in my face. Oh, yeah, come on, Paragon. You could do it. Alright, let's go ahead and... all Auroras gank the Radiant, trying to take the Radiant out while I take heat off the rest of the fleet. Because the Paragon we have is putting a lot of pressure on that Radiant, and it's in a position to take it out if it had the fast-moving Auroras flank the Radiant when the Radiant is trying to flux dump. And that, the monitor did not... I thought the monitor was blocking for me, but I miscalculated. Alright, so one Aurora broke. It's fine. I'll try a full assault. It's not wise, but I have numbers and the economy to repair and replace ships, so I don't really care too much. Alright, so the Radiant did not take the heat and pressure that I was hoping it would. But this Apex is about to get cooked. And another Aurora popped itself. Now I see the Paragon needs support. Oh, it got torpedoed by the other Apex. It's probably a lost cause. The monitors that are supposed to be the wings did not wing for it, but that's okay. We've got a deep roster. Oops, did not mean to drop my shields. Okay, so this Aurora and this Paragon comes to help me with the... and we'll take an Omen too. Whoops, wrong Omen. With the Radiant. So they have, what, 2 Scintillas, an Apex, a Fulgent, a few Brilliants, and a Radiant left. Oh, I did not realize I had a Fulgent up my butt. Luckily, I think the other Paragon is taking pressure off of me, but I'm going to need help. Yeah, they're out. So, because they control the command points, maybe I'll have the Omen try to peel off and capture one. Because we're having problems with... oh, it got destroyed so quickly. We're having problems with the... being deployment point choked. Because we took losses, but we're not able to replace, so they're essentially fielding their entire roster right now, and we are not. Now, I'm a little worried about dropping my shields here to vent, considering they probably have torpedoes just kind of like waiting for me to do that. Oh, I don't have any command points. Well, gotta do it anyway. The Omen and the monitors are trying to recapture the sensor jammer so that I have more deployment points to field more ships. And the Aura blew up. That's fine. I'll just field another one. And really what it comes down to is, like, the fleets that are effective against remnants tend to be very specialized for remnant fighting. Which is not my current fleet, but I don't intend to pivot my ship designs to be ideal for remnants. I'll just throw numbers at it. so that I spend a lot less time refitting and changing things around. I don't care to do that. As long as I can win by throwing numbers at it, a win's a win, you know? And with hull restoration, even Pyrrhic wins are not actually all that costly. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So they did capture that. But I didn't mean to issue the order that I did. Alright, we'll field a Pegasus. And I'll roll up on the Radiant with the other Paragon, which seems to be going toe-to-toe well enough. What's set up as ideal for Remnants really depends on ships, skills, captains, fleet composition. I mean, it's kind of like a question of like, how does one football team beat another football team? It's like, that's a little open-ended. Which is why you're not going to get like a straight answer, because it's not answerable quite like that. Now the Radiant here is trying to disengage, but it's mostly busted up. And they're losing deployment points quickly. They're outnumbered, outgunned, and going down quick. I'm surprised he hasn't, warped away, though. So are these the last ships? Oh no, they're not. I'm just gonna say full salt. I'm gonna let that Radiant disengage so that next time they engage, we gank them. We lock them down and gank them. It wants to vent, so it's backing up to vent. Remnants never flee. And then they should jump in, and it should make my life a little easier destroying them. Yeah, I was right about that. And now that it's in range, I stop holding fire and it's gone. Alright, victory. Literally no demods for any ship. Got a beta core. That's about it. And the salvage team got 11 research databanks. Not bad at all. Alright, so there goes one facility. And I'm going to bring these... if I'm not mistaken, let me double check on research progress. So we have 14 of the 25. So, yeah, let's bring an alpha core and a databank over to our research facility and unlock Skunkworks. Perfect. So if I'm heading over to the Skunkworks, I'm just going to ditch all of most of the combat ships, because I don't really need to be footing the bill for fuel and supplies. I'll take 2 Auroras with me as wing escorts. So we need an Alpha Core. Probably want some more supplies, because we're rather low. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the if the stability jump point is stable yet, the wormhole. Is there a way for me to check like fleet logs or something? I don't know if the I'll just jump. It's fine. All right, so I have my databanks and my alpha core, and we're going to deliver them to Tarmarin. So the reason why I think what I did was I took away the wormhole, knowing thinking that I was going to be able to add a stability point, but I didn't have the resources for the stability point because it requires the orbital skunkworks built. So I don't believe there's a wormhole up at the moment. I don't think Foxtrot links to Charlie. Nice. So Revenue has grown. That is a lot of stability and accessibility. It's nice. Alright, research facility done. Go to the research, and here's the Orbital Skunkworks. So the Orbital Skunkworks is a sophisticated and closely guarded orbital facility known to employ top talent. Basically, it is a super orbital works, and it does make a new resource for us, which is going to be crucial for sort of like late game empire building. All right, looks good. Question. Red Fox still has... Okay. So there's a bunch of things. I'm going to remove the orbital station from the queue so extractive operation gets built next. Because we already have stability 5. I'm trying to get volatile mining sooner. Alright, now that that's done, we can jump on back. And continue with some research plunder. Sure, thank you for the resub. And Droiden too. Man, Droiden, it's been a while. I missed that. I hope you're doing well. Pillamore, thank you for the sub as well. And Dudum. And Torvasker, apparently I haven't intentionally ignored you guys, but apparently I've been deaf. Do I need blueprints for weapons? So what I could do is, if I wanted more blueprints for weapons, not that I'm intending to get them at the moment, is I could go to black market blueprint dealers and buy them. For now, I'm totally happy just like making do with whatever blueprints I have available to me, but if I did want specific blueprints, I could always like black market smuggle them. That wouldn't be unreasonable either. Oops, I took some ships I didn't mean to. Alright, back to research facility plundering. It's expensive, but, you know, the science pays the bills. Alright. The next facility is... So there was one at Marax that we never cleared, but both of these are now plundered. So we'll head over to Marax. And then Mentone Crow, we could do thereafter. And once the orbital, or the skunkworks is researched, we will also be able to build stability points. Like, up to 2 per system, depending on how many already exist. So the facility here is at this gas giant. Could I add blueprint shopping to the next poll? No. As I have explained excessively, I do not care for meta fleets, and I will not be trying to build meta fleets, and blueprint shopping is meta fleet building, as far as I'm concerned. Where is the pre-collapse facility? Did we clear it? Did I not read plundered here? Oh, it's plundered. I'm an idiot. Somehow I didn't read the plundered part. So Mentone Crow is not plundered. Utopia is not plundered. Okay, we'll go over there then. So if we do end up finding blueprints by chance, I'm happy to use them, but I'm not going to go out of my way for blueprints that I don't have on hand. Mostly because I don't intend to spend a lot of time in the fleet builder unless I have to, and I certainly don't have to. I have a fleet of 30, it's fine. What is our current colony threat? So it's going up by nearly nothing, but that will change as soon as extractive operation is set up on Red Fox. And then also if on Raveno, once the fuel production gets completed too, they're gonna get pissed. So we've got a Nova, 2 Apexes, and Fulgence. Alright, this is a bit easier of a fight, I think. What weapon blueprints am I still missing? Like, half of them? The list is longer than I can list. It would not be exaggeration to say half of them, I think. Alright, again, the Auroras are going over to quickly capture. So the Nova that they have, their largest ship here, has directional shields. So if they're attacked by multiple angles, they're relatively easy to gank, if you will. And because of all the Auroras I have, it should be relatively easy to take it down if all the Auroras are working in tandem. Oh, I don't think I had the officers in the ships, no. Oh well. Probably hurts for deployment points and skills, but I'll do that after this fight. So they capture rushed. No surprise there. In future fights, I might take a slightly different tact and try to actually defend the 2 home field points, rather than to let them have it. So I'll try that in the next facility clear. What I could do is I could put all my Auroras on 1 point, because the Auroras can disengage quickly if they get overwhelmed to rejoin the main force. There goes an Aurora. It probably got ganked by the Nova, I'd imagine. So the Nova's a very quick mover, just like the Aurora, so that they're a good Aurora counter because they're stronger than the Auroras. You can think of them as like an Aurora Plus. So I'll hold off these ships from, oops, I missed. From flanking the Paragon. Although, what is the Paragon doing? Dude, what is it do? I don't even want to look that way. It had no flux, but it had no shields up. At this rate, it's gonna die. It feels like piloting error. Was it flamed out? I don't think it was overloaded. If it was overloaded, it would have blown up. Speaking of which, I'm about to get overloaded. Oh, that's gonna hurt. It survived somehow. Oh, there it goes. So I'm gonna have one Aurora and the Monitor break from the group, trying to capture some more points. I think what it is we're giving up too many deployment points to let the enemies get numeric superiority. And the problem with that is because the Remnant ships move around so quickly, they can then reinforce their existing forces really rapidly and use numbers against us, which, you know, is rough. But a Nova just mooned me, so I'll take advantage of that. Come on, Paragon. Let's see. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Help me out. Alright, we captured another one. I'll take a... It's not my favorite, but... Put the Mora in. Come on, guys. Can someone cover me? There we go. Thank you, Monitor. You did it. Alright, the Nova is going to face off against the other Paragon, but it has very directional shields, as you can see. So as soon as I turn, I can get, like... Yeah, I almost killed it. Because it can't face both of us. It's gone. The rest of their fleet is collapsing pretty fast, actually. They basically have no more forces. Okay, let's go full assault. So they have this Apex that the Mora needs help with. And then we're pretty much done. They have, like, I think their Scintillan, yeah, the Scintillan Glimmer just died. So this fight is all but over. What is even left? Nothing. Okay. We'll win in just a sec. Come on now. Seriously? One lumen is holding us up? Oh, no, it was more than one lumen. That's probably a fulgent or something. I can't tell from here. But if the other Paragon's shooting at it, it's not long for this world. Oh no, it was the Apex. And it's death spinning to try to, like, even out its armor damage. Oh no, it was engine burned out. It's just getting ion cannon spammed. So, like, its weapons and engines are going in and out. And that's it. Ship recovery. Far less of a recovery cost than before. And we have an alpha core to show for it. That's pretty nice. And the facility gave us Invictus Blueprint, Heavy Blaster Blueprint, and 12 databanks. Sweet. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector, Ashes of the Domain, which originally streamed live on Twitch February 28th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow ship captains.